Music.
$75 with
You got
it. Y'all look at that on that. Singing for it.
You got it.
I don't see no bids.
Bid to buy. TJ.
Looted boasters.
Let's make it make sense. Bid to buy. You got the bid. Joe got the bid to buy. Hey. Now, let's see some bid. They got me on EBT.
We got it all done.
So you wandered up on Deep South Cutlery. Maybe one of your friends shared it to you on Facebook or something like that. And we have a lot of people who are new to the show, and we just want to let you know how to get in and join with us. Now, first off, foremost, you don't have to buy a knife to be on Deep South Cutlery to watch our auctions. Matter of fact,
one guy commented the other night and said he was as nervous as a boy going to a seventh grade dance.
Yeah.
So he didn't know what to do or how to do on auction, you know.
So yeah, we want to help you with that. You're more than welcome to come in the cabin here and enjoy it with us. You'll see laughs, you'll hear laughs, you'll see all kinds of shenanigans go on. But say you want to buy, there's a few different ways you can do that, or one way you can do it. But you can get on our YouTube channel, and it has a link to our auctions. Our Facebook, Deep South Cutlery, has a link to our auctions every time they're live. Now they're live, unless something changes, unless we have a crazy change of schedule. Every Thursday night we come on live at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time right now, right? Mm. And first knife drops at 6:30. We do a preview that Thursday morning, usually right around 10 o'clock Central. That gives or takes according to how fast Kevin wakes up in the morning and comes in here and helps us out. So you go there. If you do want to buy a knife, hey, we love that. You do want to bid on one, we ask that you send Daddy and Mama's Billy Ray Angela Bond a friend request. Send them your address, and that way they can bill you after the show. We don't take any payments during the show. We'll bill you after the show. You can square up after that, and we'll send you knives out. All right, now we want to address some of the rules that are pretty much constants across all the shows, at least all the shows on Deep South. This phone here, where Daddy has his phone on the block, videoing, it is the constant. What we mean by that is that's what counts. I watch auctions. Daddy watches auctions. Sometimes what we see come across our phone is not what the auctioneer sees. And what matters is what he sees. Look, y'all know we want the most money we can for our knives. And so we ask that you don't get aggravated with it. We don't, in our show, all the shows on Deep South, we don't allow any foul language, any profanity, it's a family friendly show.
Yeah, we're not going to run one another down.
Yeah, no. We're not going to do that. We're not going to talk about. Now there's some friendly jabbing. Y'all seen Joe and Kevin, but we're not going to run folks down. We're not going to talk about other shows. We're just not going to do that. We have kids watching this. My children are here helping. We don't want to hear that stuff, man. We just this wants to be a safe haven away from everything else. We do tag and shares. What that means is when you come to our show, you tag the show and share the show to at least 3 people. We'll talk a little bit later about the 3 green check marks so the ladies behind the scene can get your tag and share. We'll explain that. But we tag and share, and we do giveaways at every show. Usually on average 7 or 8 knives a night that we give away, different things that we give away. I mean, and you don't have to buy to do that. You just
plus
tag and share. Yeah, plus $100, we get 100 viewers. So you may could win a knife after all.
Let's go over real quickly how to tag and share. Tagging is very simple. Go to your comments, hit your comment down there. You're going to come here. I'm going to the @ symbol. I put @ names begin to pop up. What I'm doing is going to tag 3 people. Okay, I tagged 3 people. First of all, I'm going to tag myself right there this time. There I am. Okay, I'm going to come down here to add again. I'm still going to tag Kevin Jawan Stubbs again. All right, just to make him mad. And then the 3rd time, I'm going to tag Joe Simmons. There's 3 people that I've tagged, okay? I'm going to send it now. You see it come across the page there. I've tagged those 3 people. Now I'm going to share it. I'm going to hit the share button right here to the left, right there. Share now. Up top, you'll see it says it's posted. So now I have tagged and shared. So how are they going to find out about it here at the show? Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go to my emojis. Emojis right there. 3 green check marks. 1, 2, 3. Bam. It's tagged, it's shared, and now the ladies at the show know that it's been tagged and shared by me. Simple as that, guys. All right, we have during the course of the night also, you hear Kevin, he's big on saying, tag and share, tag and share, tag and share. And he'll holler it, and you can hear it from here to Kalamazoo. But what does that mean? That's the question a lot of times. What benefit is tagging and sharing? And tagging and sharing is it helps us to get our show out, to get our show where people can see it. But it also helps you. And Seth's going to tell you how it helps you.
So when you tag and share, and you put the 3 green check marks to show that you've tagged and shared at least 3 people, some of the guys tag and share everybody in their contact list. We have the ladies back here, whether it's Mama or Miss Rebecca or Annalie or one of them, making 2 lists. Here's the tag and share from the other night. So we have 2 lists, and they're writing down every name. Every name. They had 116. That was Saturday night. Wasn't bad for an off night.
Saturday night.
Yeah, for our Saturday night off night. They're keeping this list. They're keeping the buyers list. Usually, what we've been doing, and it changes. If you at the beginning of the show, we'll let you know this. Every hour on the 30, we do a giveaway. So what we'll do is we've got a little app on my phone. I spin the little doodad, and it lands on number 40. Right, that's Danielle Williams. That's Miss Dan. That's our secretary there. Lands on number 40. We've got the clock set for 30 seconds. You got 30 seconds to say here that you're there, and we're going to give you a knife of some sort or something like that we've got up on the block to give you. We do at least one of those every hour. Now, the first giveaway of the night is usually 7:30 Central Time, and at that one, if we have 100 people on the show that night, at least 100 people one time, we're going to give $100 in store credit. So you could possibly win $100 in store credit. You can get a knife or 2 for no cost to you, and we'll ship it to you. But there'll be several, usually 4 or 5 different giveaways through the night.
Let me say this. You said you got to say here. The way you say here
is type here.
Is you type here in and send it. You got 30 seconds to type it in and send it. And after the 30 seconds has expired, you still got a few seconds until one person says time.
Yeah. So, and we want to be as fair. We understand lags are crazy, and we've had people come in just a second or two. And listen, there's some folks that stroke out about that, but all in all, we want to have a good time. We want to give you a knife away. And I don't think, like I said, there are some bunch of good shows out there, but I know the last several months we probably give away more knives, and that ain't bragging. That's just the good Lord blessed us, and we just want to.
We had that happen last auction.
Yeah.
Like at the last minute, you moved on, and the next guy popped in and was here.
And we went and dug him something else out.
And you still took care of him.
Yeah, we went and dug something else out, to get him. We don't want to, things happen. We're here to make friends. So at the end of the night, usually right around 10:30 this time of year, we'll do our buyers giveaway. And we usually give 3 or 4, 5 knives away to the buyers. For the buyers, you don't have to be present to win. What we're going to do is just throw that in your bag. We come to let's do number 40 again. Who's number 40 tonight? Chase Diamond. Do Chase Diamond, and we're just going to throw a knife in your bag. It may be something, a sunshine cloth, a knife sharpener. We're just going to give away free stuff at the end of the night. And
it has been Cobratec.
Has been Cobratec. We give away a bunch of case knives. We try to give away more case knives than we do anything else because that's what most people are after. But hey, we want to share, what Kevin say? Share the love. Show the love. What is it? Share the love. Show the love. Yeah. So there is that. Get in there and win you something. We bid in dollar increments. So you want this knife? You can start it off at $20, $21, $22, $23, $25 on up. Once it hits $100, this knife was we sell it for $100. Once this knife goes for $100, then it's $105, $110, $115, $120, $5 increments. If you bid $111, I'm gonna take it as $115. Every week we have that. We have to explain that. A lot of people don't think about it. They just get in the excitement of bidding, and they don't mean nothing about it. But that helps speed things along because we've only got a minute, 10 seconds to run this thing. We ask that when you buy a knife that you pay for it within 48 hours. If you pay for it by the next day, we're going to ship it out for you the next day. Have y'all messed with the Postal Service? The sooner the better. The sooner the better to get it out of there. So we ask that you pay it for 48 hours. If you haven't paid it in 48 hours, we're going to put it back on the shelf unless we've made pre-arrangements with you. We're going to put it back on the shelf and sell it again. We asked, as I said earlier, that you send Daddy a friend request. Some etiquette for bidding. We ask that you don't put dollar signs when you bid. Put your initials. So I put SB70. Sometimes the algorithms don't recognize numbers. We don't know why. That's beyond our pay grade. Sometimes you have to spell 70 out, 75 out, SEDENTY 5 or whatever it is. And that seems to work a little better especially whenever Facebook has a tremendous backlog and
The more people we have on the show,
it slows things down a little bit. When you pay with a PayPal, Cash App, what all you take, we ask that you don't put knives in the memo. That holds things up. If you have any problems, I can guarantee you this: we ain't perfect. We make mistakes, but we're going to do all we can to stand behind what we do. If we misrepresent a knife, we've give people their money back and paid for shipping back because we didn't notice a pin crack. We didn't notice this, that, the other. We're human. At the end of the day, this is a pocket knife. We're here to make friends. We're here to have a good time. We're here to enjoy a hobby. So please, if you have a problem, if you think we've done something wrong, or because we have, we've messed up, we missed bids. We did it the other night. Missed a bid. Somebody called us to it. We apologized, went back there and fixed it, and everybody was great with it. The guy who thought he'd won it, no big deal. It is what it is, because at the end of the day, we just want to have a good time.
During the course of the night, you'll hear us say, or hear me say, maybe Seth too if he's on the auction seat, you'll hear us say, this is no reserve. That means that we're going to set this knife up on the block. And if it brings $2, it's going to sell. Or if it brings $200, it's going to sell. It has. We're not going to hold it and say, give me more money. And that is a no reserve sale right there. Now, some knives I set up there and I say this knife does have reserve. Most of the time, that is a high-end knife, a knife that it's costed us a pretty good bit of money.
Or something.
Or we've gotten this older knife, probably in the 70s, 80s, 60s maybe. And of course, you've got to have a certain amount of money on those because you pay a lot of money for them. So that you'll hear us say that throughout the course of the night. Also, what else was it?
Insurance bid.
Insurance bid, yeah. Insurance. You'll hear me say if sometimes, if you had to put insurance on that because we got what we call snipers, okay? And there's folks that know how to snipe. Mitchell Davis knows how to snipe. Sam Duke knows how to snipe.
David Thomas Hickson
is getting where he knows how to snipe. And what they do is they don't put a bid in the whole time. They may wait the whole course of the night, and then before that third time hits, they'll shoot a number out there, $10 or $15 or $20 more, that assures them that they're going to get this knife, and they're going to wait till the time is just about up. So in order to protect against that, if I got a bid at $90 on a knife, and you're the high bidder right now, and there's a lot of people saying lag at that toward
middle,
15, 20 seconds left in the auction. That pretty well assures you somebody is getting their lag down. They're getting ready to shoot a final bid in there at the end. You're in the lead. What can I do to assure myself that I'm going to get? You say I'm 90. Well, you can say $90 is my bid, and I'm willing to go up to 120 on this knife. So you can type in, even though you're a high bidder, you can type in 120 insurance or INS, 120 insurance bid.
120I,
anything like that. And what that means is, that don't mean I'm going to automatically jump to 120 and take that. That only means I'm going to jump to 120 if somebody comes in higher than 90. And if somebody comes in to 91, then I'm going to jump to your 120 bid, and you're going to win the auction, okay? And there's a lot of folks that win auctions that way with their insurance bids.
If you really want the knife,
if you want it, you better put an insurance bid.
Familiar with the eBay auction process? It's kind of the same way.
Exactly, yeah.
You put your high bid in there, and they're not going to take your max bid unless somebody goes there to it. Another type of auction we run is a couple of different types we do are takes. So say we're putting this knife on this little knife needs to sell. I done picked it up 3 times. Say we're going to do this, but we don't have time to run it. Get toward the end of the night. Hey guys, take 75. The first take 75, and if you're the first person that puts take 75 in there, that's your knife. It's not running. It's just like you come here to the counter and say, how much is this knife? We say $75, and you say, I want it. We also do, those are pretty simple. We do that toward the end of the night, especially if we have several of them. That leads us to something else. So say you buy this knife here, and you're the high bidder. You bid 80, and we say we're going to back this thing up to you for 75 or whatever it is, and you take it. You know, you won the bid. The next guy behind you, man, he got beat by $1, $2, whatever it is. Never fear. A lot of times we have two of them. Hey, buddy, you want this knife for 75? You bid 80. Now, what always intrigued me is that sometimes somebody bid 80 and we back it up to 75 and say, no, I'll pass. But there's a lot of knives we have duplicates of. We want to sell as many as we can and change inventory. We also do, throughout the course of the night, choice outs. So what we'll do is we'll get 3 or 4 knives that are similar. So right here, I grabbed a couple just to show you. These are all 4 bone trappers. Bone handle, there's the blue, the orange, the emerald, and then the olive green bone. And we'll set them all on the block. And you start bidding for those choice out. So that's a way of us running 4 knives at the same time. You really want this knife. You're not interested in the others. And you'll just go there and say, hey, I'll pay $80 for that knife there, $100 for that knife there. But you have the choice once you win that bid. You say, hey, do you want one of them or all of them? As you've been bidding, you're like, man, I really like that orange one too. So you can win 2 knives for $80 each. And then we have these other 2 up there, and somebody else, maybe they were the backup bidder, they have the opportunity to buy. It's just a way of us moving more knives in a shorter amount of time. There's a lot of new people every week joining our auction, and we love that. There's a lot of questions that come up. I remember when we first started watching, you hear people say, well, lag. You thought people were having like, I don't know, some kind of tics or something. Lag, time, all kinds of stuff like that. So we'll go through what that means. So let me move over here. So have our auction. Daddy sets a knife here on this. There's a clock running. A minute, minute 10. Each show does it different. When you put your knife up here, people start bidding. You'll see comments 60, 70, 80, whatever it may be. But the most important thing is figuring out your lag. What that means is that's the amount of time between you typing it in your phone, hitting send, and we seeing it over here on our computer. So here's how I do it. I get there, I type lag. Last night I was on Brother Allen's show. Type lag, and then I start counting. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi. Till he says lag, Brother Billy Ray, because I was on your phone. And so you'll figure it out, hey, I got 9 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds,
20, 30 seconds.
Yeah, sometimes 20, 30 seconds according to how you are. And what that lets me know is if I want to buy a knife, because you got to bid to buy. That's what Kevin says. Mm-hmm. You got to bid to buy. If I want this knife here, I'm going to put in my top bid at 9 seconds left on the clock. If I've got a 9-second lag. If I got a 15-second lag, I'm going to do the same thing. So that's very important to know that for that and for your time. Now the time cutoff is once that clock hits 0, you put time in. Once again.
It's like saying, like an auctioneer saying going once, going twice, gone. It's for the purpose of giving the people with a bad lag.
Equalizing it.
My name's Justin Gill. I've been in the backgrounds of some of the stuff here on Deep South Cutlery. I'm sure y'all seen me on the video as the Grinch, and we was just wanting to go over some things that we've had some people asking about lags, what they're for, and all that, and that's what our goal is today, is to show y'all why people is typing lag in the comment sections of the show. So what we would do is we would just go right here and we just punch lag in, and then from the time I send this to the time that they call my name, I know how far my bid would be behind. So you can watch the time on the clock and count from the time you punch it, so we know it's at 40 right there. So whenever they call me, I just subtract that number and I know what my lag is. Okay, so I know I got a 7-second lag. So I would bid 7 seconds at least before the clock ends to try to get it in to beat somebody on a bid.
We always have folks that message during the course of a sale, how do I pay you? How can I pay? Well, we take, for the time being, and of course we do PayPal, friends and family. If you want to pay goods and services, you can do that. I just ask that you add 3.5% to the price. because that's what they charge me. We take cash out. We take Venmo. And we take a credit card by phone, or you can do a postal money order. Send it to me, and I'll ship you knives also. And like Seth already said, when you put something payment on there, if you wouldn't put anything about knives on the payment, then that would help out, because sometimes they'll flag my account when it says that, and they'll hold, especially PayPal, they'll hold your money for a week or two. What else was it?
The address. Shipping address.
Shipping address, yes. Also, when you make a payment, I just think what you mentioned, but when you make a payment, some people have been paying but not letting me know they pay. When you pay PayPal, take a screenshot of that thing. Go back to the messenger where you got your invoice at, and shoot me a picture where you paid. That helps me, because I go back the next day when I'm going through who's paid, who I ship. I go back to the messenger, see have they paid. And, have they paid? And that keeps me having to go to PayPal, to Venmo, to Cash Out, to those different things. It keeps me from having, because there's a process we got to go through. We got to invoice it. We're legitimate. We're legitimate. We're invoice it. We got to
paying taxes on all that.
We got to package it. We got to ship it. Do the shipping label. It's got to go. Okay, so we just need to make sure that you have paid. Address, make sure I got your address to ship it to. You message me that, okay? If you don't message me your address, I cannot ship it. So as quick as you can do that, that'd be great also.
That leads us to shipping. We do flat rate shipping, $8. $8 shipping if you buy one knife, you buy 3 knives, you buy 4 knives. Now we do this for you. If you buy over $300 worth of knives, we will ship it on us. There is no such thing as free. Everything costs somebody something. But if you buy at least $300 worth of knives, the shipping is on us. I know $8 isn't a whole lot, but we just try to do that to be an added benefit to you and sell a little bit, maybe $8 more worth of knives for us. So.
Also in the shipping, if you want to be notified, if you want tracking information on your package, if you will add to your address, add your email address as well, and we will put it in the shipping file and in the computer. Every time you buy from us, when it generates that, your address comes up, it automatically sends you emails updating you of the tracking information of your package and let you know how soon it'll get to you.
There is a lot of lingo that's kind of hard to understand until you watch 3 or 4 times. So maybe just flatten the curve, the learning curve a little bit. When we put a knife on the block, we'll say a few different things. They'll say, well, this one's new in the box. That means it's a 2023, 2022, whatever year it is. It's in its original box. It's brand new. We'll tell you, what it is. There are other knives that come. We buy a bunch of them through collections and all that are immaculate knives, but they don't have the original box. Maybe it's new, never been. What's the term? Never been used, carried, or sharpened. We say it so fast in our redneck it comes out. Never been used, carried, sharpened. And you're like, what? But that means the knife has never been in a pocket. For what we see, it doesn't have the telltale signs of pocket wear. When you put your knife in your pocket, there'll be key marks and change marks and everything on it. It's never been, it's never cut anything. The factory edge is still on it. It's never been sharpened. You can tell.
No scratches.
Boy, one thing that irks you is when you get a beautiful, almost priceless knife and you look at it and somebody has taken it and just rubbed it down a rock, and that's still a good knife, but it doesn't have the collector's value that it would. So we say that never been used, carried, sharpened. Sometimes we say, especially with the older knives, the old carbon steel knives, never been used, carried, sharpened, but it does have a carbon spot on it or something such as that. What that means is it's not been stored in the best of ways.
That's what they say, poor storage.
Yeah, poor storage.
Or you'll have them sometimes, they'll say, this knife's been cleaned.
Yeah.
It's a new knife, never been used, never been carried, never been sharpened, but it had carbon spots on it. And I've got a cleaning buffing wheel and a steel wool wheel behind me. Sometimes you can take buff them blades out and you can buff the carbon off of it. But you can tell that it's been cleaned. The blades have been cleaned up, and and it's not as valuable once it's done. Once that's done, is what it would be.
It's not me.
Right.
And then we get some knives that are users. And what that means is it's been toted, it's been used. Nothing wrong with the knife. We've all got users in our pockets. And they don't sell for as much, but if you want a knife just to stick in your pocket, just tote.
I think about that Barlow.
The dungeon knife.
That Barlow you sold a few weeks ago.
So we have the vault here. We're moving our new vault over here, the new part. We've got a nice, we'll catch it later. We've got a nice collection here, some right here. But down under here, can you see that, Mr. Bobby? That under there is what we call the dungeon. This is a shoebox of knives. This has been used, carried, and sharpened.
Seth mentioned a while ago about a preview, and just to give you a little rundown about what our preview is. On Thursdays, before our show, about 10 a.m. Central Time, we will generally come live. We'll do it on my channel, on my page, my personal page, and I'll share it to Deep South Cutlery. And we'll do a preview, and the preview will consist of, we'll show everything that perhaps could get sold in that show that night. We do say this, that we do not want to do any pre-sales after we have done our preview. I've had a lot of people say, well, I've seen that orange knife on the preview. How much will you take for it right now? I'm not going to take anything for it right now, because especially if that's the only one I got, I've done shown it to other people, and you're probably not the only one wanting it. So I'm going to hold it to run on the auction that night. So the preview is very important because it lets you know what we have. You may be hunting something in your collection that I have that nobody else has, and you see it there. And I've had that happen numerous times. People will see it and they'll say, there it is. Well, that that if you're going to buy that knife, you better be on there at 6 o'clock Thursday night, because that's the opportunity I have to buy my knife that I'm missing from my collection. So that's the purpose. The main purpose of a preview is to let you know what we have, and let you know what's going to be showing and what we're going to be sharing that night. And you just got to get ready to bid to buy. All right, we talked about the preview and letting you see what you want to see during the show. Here's what we're not mind readers, so we need to know what you want to see during the show. Sometimes we'll have 300, 400 knives out. There's no way we can run 300, 400 knives in a night. So if you see something during the preview that you want us to put across the block, then you need to ask us for it. Now, you can ask me before the show if you want to, but that don't mean I'm going to remember it during the show. I've got 10,000 comments coming across the screen during any given show. Keep asking. Coming to the comments, ask, show me such and show me the Crimson Bone Trapper. I'd like to see that Crimson Bone Trapper. Well, if you don't see it immediately, don't hesitate to ask for it again. The squeaky wheel gets the grease. Okay. If we're tending to knives. We're getting knives to come across there. Sometimes we don't mean to overlook your comment, but sometimes it will get overlooked because we've got other things. I'm trying to run an auction. I'm trying to keep my mind on the numbers. They're getting knives, and sometimes they may not see what I see, but still, just continue to ask. Hey, will you show me that Crimson Bone Trapper? I've asked for the Crimson Bone Trapper, and if something happens and we don't show it that night, next morning, call me, send me a message. I'll sell it to you off the block. Okay, I'll sell it to you that way. It's not going to be intentionally looked over, because if you want to buy a knife, I want you to buy it, that's what we need to understand.
All right, let's get to some of the things we don't like to talk about a whole lot, and that's it. That is, every once in a while, doesn't happen all the time, we'll have somebody that gets caught up in the moment. We all can do that. We all have had buyer's remorse. We ask that you don't do that. We have every week somebody says, hey, or not every week, but every once in a while somebody buys a knife, and then they do one or two things. When we send them the invoice, they ghost us, we never hear from them again. Or they say, you know what, I really didn't want that knife. Well, here's what you done there. You knocked us out of a sale, but you knocked somebody else who was willing to buy that knife out of the knife. It's better for us to sell a knife for $65 than to get a $70 bid and it go back on the shelf. We ask that you keep that to a minimum. Now, with that being said, we understand life happens. A couple weeks ago, we had a friend of ours that bought a couple knives. The next day, he calls like, hey, y'all, I had a major breakdown. And do y'all mind if I put that back on the shelf, or you want to hold it? Man, that's great. We understand. We have all had breakdowns. We're human, and we understand how that happens. Just contact us. If you do that too many times, I'll tell you what happens. Joe gets you. Joe is the police. Joe's after angry faces. Joe's after profanity. And Joe is after people who ain't bidding to buy. So if you're going to bid, be prepared to buy. That means sometimes you get stuck with things. I've done it.
If you don't have no intention of buying, you sit there and watch the show. You ain't got to bid to be a part. You ain't got to bid to laugh. You ain't got to bid to be a part and to comment. You can comment without bidding. But if you have no intention of purchasing the knife,
You can win giveaways.
then yeah, you can win giveaways. Miss Shannon, I don't know how many knives she's won, you know. But if there's beginning to be a problem, and with people bidding. Well, I didn't realize I bought that many knives. Please keep up with what you're spending. Well, I didn't realize. Can I back up? Or can I back up and do that? Can I get just this many? Well, I'll probably let you do that the first time.
One time.
But probably the second time,
You gone.
you're probably going to be gone. That's just, and the reason is because it's, you've knocked, like Seth said a while ago, you've knocked me out of a sale, and you've knocked multiple other people out of knives that they wanted to purchase themselves. We've had guys buy the last 2 or 3 knives of the night
Back out.
and then back out on them, It just doesn't make sense. Kevin said, make it make sense, okay? That don't make sense at all.
So you're in the area on a Thursday evening. We'll show you a little bit of our edition. But if you want to drop by during the course of an auction and see actually what's going on, man, we invite you to. We are a store. We are a storefront. That means a couple things. You don't have to knock to come in.
Right.
Most everybody knocks to come in. We have an open sign out there. You don't have to knock to come in. Walk on in. Look around, see what we got. We invite you to. We want more folks. Maybe you don't want to buy a knife. You just want to see Kevin when he's here. Talk to Joe. See if they're real. But they are. But come in here and enjoy it with us. Drink a cup of coffee with us and sit down and talk a little bit. We want to see as many of y'all as we can. We've made some friends that we've never met, and we'd just love to meet more of you.
You can even come to South Mississippi. We'll let you do that too. If you're in, you can be a Yankee and still come down here and be with us, can't you?
Yeah.
Now you're going to look at my rebel flag on my knife, on my anvil, but that's okay. That's heritage. It ain't hate. That's what Kevin
That's
said.
what Kevin said. That's right. All right. So there are things bigger, more important than a pocket knife, than winning an auction. It happened actually this last week. Both auctions last week. One night we had a friend of ours, a guy that we knew, got really hurt bad in an accident, and somebody put him across there. Pray for his name's Sebastian Blake. Yeah, he was
Fell off a ladder.
Fell off a ladder, but then he had some complications with that. Hey, let's stop the sale. Stop the sale for a couple minutes and meet together in prayer. Saturday night, was it Saturday night? Yeah, Saturday night, we heard police car and fire trucks, everything going south of us. Somebody going there and said, hey man, there's been a bad wreck.
There was a lady killed.
Like 4 miles south of here, 4 or 5 miles south of here. And a lady killed in the accident. Several banged up and life flighted and everything like that. We stopped the sale, and had a word of prayer for them people. Man, like I said, that at the end of the day, that's what's really important. Maybe you've got something to say, hey, got a problem here. Let us know. We'll stop the sale for a prayer. We stopped the sale for some fried chicken.
Y'all did. Y'all sure did.
I stayed in here with you. But all in all, we want to keep the main thing, and that's honoring the Lord, loving folks, and share.
We watch God answer prayer.
Absolutely.
Think about what happened to Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle
Kyle Wilson. We prayed for him with that
They thought it was
They
cancer.
thought he had melanoma cancer. And we prayed, and it wasn't just because of our prayer, but you have not because you ask not.
Yeah.
And we asked, and God honored the request. And,
It's happened a bunch.
and Kyle did not have cancer after all. So,
During the course of the year, which I know this isn't on our agenda, but during the course of the year, we always try to do a couple benefit auctions. Last year we done like 3 or 4, and man, you folks are amazing, and we just want to be able to be, we want to make a living, pay the light bill, but we want to be a blessing to folks, and y'all have been that to us, and we look to keep up with that.
all right, I hope that this video has done some good and helped us to all understand more of the auction process of things we need to go through, things you can learn in order to be successful in your auction, in your opportunity to buy a knife. And if we can ever be any further assistance to you, if you have any other questions, they can comment, I think, at the bottom of this video, and we'll try our best to answer it there, to come back, or either, otherwise you can call us and we'll do it on the phone, whatever we need to do. Seth, you can tell them more about it. I don't know.
So yeah, leave a comment. Say you got a question. This didn't make sense. We went through this really hurriedly, and we'll get with you and try to answer it. Hey man, just watch, bid to buy, have a good time. Come by and see us if you're able to. And like I said, we want to be all the help that we can be. God bless you. And we'll see y'all next Thursday, good Lord willing.
I'll think about it. Go get me in that. You want me to do it?
No, I don't mind. Okay, go ahead. Hi.
An opportunity to get involved in it.
Takes. So
Takes a choice.
not choice outs. We also do in the course of the night. You made that out, can't you? We're also doing the choice. Also doing the.